Hey guys, how you doing? Tori here, the Geelong-Flipper. Hope you're all well. If you haven't been here before, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. What's the channel about? It's about me buying and reselling things on eBay. That's how I earn my living, and I talk to you about it. I make a fool of myself. I tell you when I screw up, and I try to make sure the same thing doesn't happen with you. I'm at my offsite. I've got two more days left here, and then we're moving to a slightly bigger, little storeroom for us. So this is a 3x3 meter. We're getting a 6x4. I'm excited. I'm nervous, and I'm pretty damn sure I'm getting a stress cold sore. Anyhow, you didn't need to know that. You'll end up seeing it probably. Play that funky music. We currently have 13 items to pick. I will tell you about what they are, show you. We'll fiddle around in the tubs in there, and it'll be a long video because you guys need company when you're doing your listing. You are listing, aren't you? Tori here, Geelong-Flipper. Hey guys, Tori.
Your mate, Tori.
Geelong-Flipper here.
Tori here.
Geelong-Flipper.
Me, Tori. Tori here, the
Geelong-Flipper.
How you doing? Okay, so let's get in here, guys. We've got some stuff to allocate that I listed. I did that in the last video. I need to pop some of it away in here. It does feel super weird, like getting ready. Well, rather, putting stuff in here, knowing that in a couple of days' time, here won't be here. It'll be somewhere else. But that's the nature of the beast. And even this little move, which for us is a big one, into the larger space, should mean, yep, we've got power, should hopefully mean that some processes can change. So I'm looking forward to running you through those. I am just going to empty all this stuff. You guys know the drill. If you've watched before, this part doesn't change. I have to get this stuff out in order to do the picking. In the new space, I hope that I will not have to. There's a lot of stuff still to go into the new space, and frankly, at the moment, I'm stressing. I don't have enough shelving. Like, the money's going toward that. We spent money on a power supply that we can literally work out of there. You guys will see it. I mean, to you, it'll just look like a box. To me, it was $900. The one light that we've bought, it's as big as those. That was $100. So I'm nervous. It's like sort of patching everything together and hoping that it works. And it will. But just even the thought of like all these tubs, there's tubs at home, and there's not enough shelving, get you a bit anxious. I've been looking on Marketplace and stuff. I haven't had any luck. And it's funny, a lot of the people that are selling their shelving are literally just selling it at the same price that, well, $10 cheaper than Bunnings, which is a hardware store in Australia. It's not even a hardware store, it's a hardware giant. But the thing is, even if we have to start off with simply having tubs on the ground, it's still in a bigger space. I'm hoping, even though it's only 6 meters, I do want to use one of those meters to set up a photography station for clothes. I want to try to get a couple of mannequins in, a male and a female mannequin, not to walk around and do my job for me, but basically to just be there for the clothing photography. I don't even know why that came into my head, because I'm stupid. Okay. Oh, I paused when I said stupid as though it was teary. Now, this will be your Monday, unless you're a channel member. Channel members do get early access to these videos, so if you do want to be able to jump in, it's only a couple of bucks a month, and it's more than a couple, but you know, it's up to you. Have a look at the membership. But it does help me, and it frees me up to make more content, and you know, I'm pretty much daily now. Is that too much? I don't know. I guess if it is, just don't watch them. I don't know what the right answer is. It's like, can you push yourself onto people too often, or do we need time in each other's day where, you know, you need company? So it's nice to have a daily show, a daily chat with, you know, your friend Tori, me, Tori, me. I don't know what the right answer is. I just know that it's good for me to have you guys. And sometimes I feel like I'm almost doing this more for me to have company here than, you know, than just to be, I'm making content, because you guys are good enough to come here almost every day with me. And it is to see the same thing happen over and over, but every time it's a little bit different too. Those tubs are nearly broken, yeah. They are cooked. Unfortunately, there isn't a great deal I can do about that. I do love these things being on wheels. You guys suggested I moved some of the stuff into them. Thank you. Bloody lifesavers. Oh, I'm so apprehensive about Tuesday. It's when we're meant to take over, but that's only under the assumption that the people who have that unit are out. If they're not, then I guess we're not in until we can get in. Which I know and appreciate is not an exact science by any stretch of the imagination, not at all. Please stay there, delicious food. Okay. I'm excited to have the proper overhead powered light. I think that's going to be a very good thing. But in particular, as we plan to, we being myself and my fiance, the love of my life, Ali, we plan to be working more out of this space, trying to move the work from home into this little workspace. And it's, all things considered, I like it. It is just a storage king. Well, not just, but I like this one. Like I said, my only real issue is on Sundays there's no toilet open. But there are toilets nearby. But during the week, during business hours, we'll have access to, there is a bathroom there. There's even a little coffee machine. And there's soft drinks you can purchase and stuff like that. But we'll probably just bring our own thermos of coffee. Bring some food to have or whatever, and just work from the space. I plan on doing mainly, if I can get this stupid bike out of here. That is something I've really got to sell this bike. I keep talking about it, even though I've told you guys please buy my bike. I haven't really advertised it. I think for the most part I might still mainly list at home, but I could be wrong. I'm planning on, I don't even know if there's like local internet I can scab, otherwise I'll hotspot the phone. I was thinking of doing some lives and that from the new area, but the only issue there is like if it's phone data, it's not going to be very quick for you guys. I hope that you all enjoyed yesterday's video and that you got something out of it. other than the sounds of the dulcet singing. I wanted to, like, one, obviously, let you guys know what I'd bought, what I thought I might be able to get for it. All that's part of the fun. But also, I thought it gave me the opportunity to, goodness me, I thought it gave me the opportunity to show you some stuff. And I hope it was helpful. As I've said many a time, guys, it's not like I'm some crazy YouTube professional. Far from it. I'm learning. And you know why I say I'm learning, even though I have done it for over 20 years? One, I've not been like hyper successful. I managed to do it well enough now to make a very small income. I can live off this reselling. I make a couple of $100 a month selling my books. There isn't a lot of money in the books, not yet. I'm not that well known, but I love it. If you're new, I've written 10 novels. They're all on Amazon. Look up Tori Favreau. So that part is always a fun thing, and that's what reselling allows me to do. It lets me allocate time to what I want to allocate it to. All right, I'll leave that crust for last because they're nice. Okay, so 12, I've got 13 sales. But I've got 12 items to pick from here. My 90-day total is 17,233, and I hope it stays above that tomorrow. I got all the way up to 19,000, then it dropped right back down. I'm clawing my way back up again, working hard, so I'm happy with that. Let's have a look there. It says I've got 3,000 active listings, 14 offers to buyers that I can send. I'll just quickly shoot that out. Make sure there's nothing there that I'll hate myself. All right. Interesting. Okay, cool. So here we go. We'll send the items out. I'm just going to do, most of these aren't expensive items, but I still want to flag it that they're looking at it. I'll review it. And it is sent. I just did 8%. It's not a lot. They may not get excited. And that's fine, they don't need to. Out of the orders here, I don't believe any of them are viewer. I'll just get that light. Please don't forget, if you do buy things off me, firstly, thank you. Secondly, if you see stuff on my store, and you want to buy it, you can always contact me via Instagram as well. It'll save you a little bit of money. It'll save me a little bit of money. Okay. There's some neat stuff here to show you. First things first, if I can see it. Right here. Okay. So, I showed you guys in a recent video, I've really sort of stuffed that up around here. Hang on. I think I put it in here anyhow. If I didn't, we'll move the shoes because they're sort of blocking the fun. Now this was a plush I bought for $8. Pretty sure it's in here. May as well watch. I showed you guys that I bought 2 in the night garden plushies. This guy did not sell yet, but this big guy did, for which I'm very grateful because he uses a lot of a tub. Okay, so this is Eagle Piggle from the Night Garden. And he is, okay, you just made a lot of room in that tub. That's good. He's huge, see? 73 centimeters. I paid $8 for him and just sold him for $60, and he's off to America. So I'm happy with that. That's good. That's our first pick. If you guys found some treasure over the weekend, please do let me know. I like celebrating all of your wins. I think you guys know or would get the feeling by now. This channel, even though it's me, it's not. It's not just me, far from it. There's all of you. There's all the personalities that come with that. There's the friendships that we make with each other, either in real life or just through comments on the videos. There's a whole gamut of things that go on in the space, and I'm super grateful because it's amazing. So please let me know if you guys had any super wins on the weekend, if you picked up anything good, or just as much if you have something cool in your shop that you think other people would go, oh shit, I'll buy that. No reason why we can't buy off each other. And there's every reason why we should. Did you see that? A little bit toasty just came out. Okay. There we go. I am looking forward to not carrying this all the time. I'll certainly keep it for emergencies, but not as the main, obviously not as the main lighting source, because we'll have a massive fluorescent light for that. And I'm really hoping that once I get the shelving situation sorted, I just hope I can find the money quickly. The shelves aren't cheap. And like I said, even on Marketplace, they weren't cheap. But yeah, I do want to get that sorted. I don't like them being up there either. I know you guys don't. I've made sure that none of them are like too heavy or anything, but it still doesn't change the fact that, yeah, there's a lot of them there. Okay, so what I'm looking for, I hope it's somewhere like in the immediate front. It's not. This was a DVD that I think I paid 50 cents for. I sold it for 15. It's just a wrestling one. And yeah, so the wrestling stuff can sell at times, but I recently just sold a whole heap of it. Well, you guys know about that. And yeah, Dane's busy listing it now, the poor bugger. Well, not really. He got a bloody good deal. I think he got the discs for about $3 something each. And he'll make a lot of money playing the longer game, the longer game than what I would be interested in. But that's what he likes to sell, wrestling stuff. So that is more than fine with me being an everything seller. I think sometimes when you're niching, there's a benefit to it, because you then get to sort of plan how your storage will be and just what you need to do a good job of actually putting everything away properly. Whereas I'm trying to fit a book here, clothing there. I don't have the luxury of space to have dedicated tubs as such. If I list a whole tub of plush, then that just becomes a plush tub. So this was the Rock. It's, you know, multi-disc, 3-disc set, and that's good. All right. Now you're gonna have to forgive me. I am gonna walk it out. I don't trust myself. I get scatterbrained and I leave things. And just because these tubs have got a fair bit of stuff in them, we will just make sure that we don't need to just go back in there again. So we're in tub 5 at the moment, tub 10, 37, 11, 42. You don't need to hear every tub number, I'm just trying to figure out where I am. 16, 6. Okay, so no, I can pack this one up and we can keep on trucking. So I'll bring this stuff down so as I don't, like I said, I don't forget it. It's twofold. One, I've constantly got a lot of stuff going through my head, but two, talking to you guys, I distract myself. All right. Yeah, I was happy with how the weekend went. I'm super stoked to see that the total went up. That was good, a good feeling. The 90-day total, that is. I do feel like I'm climbing back up. But as you guys know, that could change. That could change tomorrow. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever seen it. They're brick sketches. In that one, it was made, it was mine. But basically you make a portrait using the bricks, and that one was of the Joker. And but I like building them. I've got nowhere to keep them, so it'll go to someone else who gets it a little bit cheaper. I don't think they make that brick sketch anymore. They might, but I don't think they do. So that'll be up and away. So the Matchbox cars continue to delight me, and they really do. They're fun to list. I have to fight the compulsion to collect them, because that would be stupid, because I have bought over, I think, I say 4,000, and I do believe that's a pretty accurate number. I do believe I've bought 4,000 of them over time, and I've only listed, I think, a couple of hundred of them. So they're my ones to do when I just feel like chilling, and they're all part of Uncle Flip's garage. Okay. So, working our way up, that's tub 3. Tub 3, this wasn't a high one, but I didn't pay anything for the product. It was a Sony remote control. I got it for nothing, and I sold it for $9.58. It must have been sitting there for a while, because typically the Sony remotes do go for a lot more, but I am running a promotion where I just cane the prices. I think it's like 40% off. Anything that's getting really old. I'm annoyed. I'm not annoyed, but it's all about learning. I do have things in my store that are as old as, like, having been listed in December 2023. But I'm just working my way through all them, making sense of it as I go, or trying to. That's it. So just a small remote control, but it will make a big difference to the buyer. And all I do, so as you guys know, it's in a sandwich bag, tub 03 and remote 005. That way I don't have to remember what model it is or anything like that. That's written down on my custom SKU. And I suggest that you guys do the same thing with some of the things that are a little bit difficult to, like, you know, you don't want to be peeking at stuff constantly thinking, oh, what the heck. That's a handy way of doing things, so I thoroughly recommend that. I was pleased with what we achieved on the video yesterday. I considered doing it live, but to be honest, it's difficult. One, like I said, I get distracted, and two, I get distracted. And three, I also get distracted by the live, because generally, as a rule, you guys make me laugh so much that I legitimately lose track of what I'm doing, even more than when I do just talking to you. So I think yesterday I was able to pull a fairly concise show out for you, showing you how to do things. I certainly hope so anyhow. Because that's the aim, trying to give you stuff that you can work with to help your own business. Some of you may have better ways of doing it, but that's the weird thing. It's like, well, even if you've got a better way of doing it, at least I'm trying to get out there and help. Okay, so tub 10, I can see it right here. It was just a cool little box set. From memory, I paid $5 for it, and it sold for 30 plus postage. Regulars will get sick of this, but I've got to do it all the time for new people. I charge shipping. I do not give it away for free. That's my own personal preference. And everyone does it different. Do what works for you. I love Enid Blyton. Her books were a massive part of my childhood, and I'm sure they are for many of you also. I started reading from a very early age. Like, I have very vague memories of being able to read from roughly the age 3 or 4. And Enid Blyton was a massive part of my childhood reading. All right, so the next thing I'm about to pull out here, tiny sale, but you've still got to appreciate everything that comes your way. I paid 25 cents for this. I sold it for $6.30. And in my opinion, this buyer is so lucky because they're going to hopefully not have watched it before. And hopefully they get to experience one of the better TV shows that's come out in some time. It's called True Detective. It's got Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. There are multiple series of True Detective, however, they are all standalone. So I'll just find it. But yeah, I've also been, toying around with different postage. If you guys aren't aware at the moment, there is a promotion about postage on eBay for you to be able to pick up whole heap of satchels fairly cheaply. By fairly, I mean extremely cheaply. So certainly look that up. If you're watching this, in the future, I'm sorry, it won't be there. It's one of those things I always try to say, today's the 31st of March, 2025. So the offer is at the moment. If you're watching this down the track, then you may have missed out. But it's good to know they're trying to be a bit proactive. I'm sure there's a lot of money at play there. So jump on into your eBay, and I think it's like $7 for 30 satchels or something. It's something super cheap, all right? Dark Tower. All these Enid Blyton books, they're cool as. But check this out. It's just a tape dispenser, but that's pretty neat. Looks like a cassette tape. Play on words, cassette tape, tape dispenser. Tub 11 is like one of the Tub 30s. It's filled with all this weird shaped stuff. Nothing stacks well. And yes, Flutterby did let me know. I had that. Look, when I listed it, it was okay, the price. But they go for about $50 now, that DJ equipment. So I have lowered my price. And I can see True Detective just there. You would have noticed the outside light has gone off. I'll turn it back on, and then we can pack this stuff up. I'm trying to think of what's coming up now for April. Well, there is Easter if you celebrate it, and even if you do not, there's an opportunity if you get onto it quickly to anything that's sort of Easter themed in your store. Maybe have it at the front of your shop if you've got a store subscription. I do get asked often about the store subscriptions, whether I recommend you have them or not. And my gut feeling on that is a absolute yes, you should. It just gives you more control than what you normally have over your store. The ability to change it up a little bit. I'm still learning how to do all that properly. I'm not great at it, but you know, that's the whole point of this show and my interaction, is to say, hey, I'm learning too. Let's learn together. And I do know that some of the stuff has been of value, which I'm really glad. And I have always appreciated the lovely coffees and toasties that are being bought for me. Never thought that would happen. Beyond grateful for it. What else did after the video last night, I got all my work done. I was really pleased that I got it knocked over. I played my video game for a little while, and then we are watching a show on Netflix called The Residents, and it's whodunit in the White House, and it's thoroughly enjoyable. So if you do have Netflix, go and grab it. And also, if you do have Kindle Unlimited, you can find my books on there as well. I should have said that earlier. It's funny, recently someone in the horror community, which is what I write, they were talking about Kindle Unlimited and how it should be boycotted. And, you know, because if this is the thing, all my books are only on Amazon. I self-publish. I incur every part of the cost of getting those books ready. I am the one that wrote them. You know, a lot of people try writing with AI assistants or get AI to write it. It's just lazy and it's crap, and it sort of takes away the hard work that everyone else is doing. But he's like, you know, Kindle's got this, and you're trapped into this environment, which is true. I get paid if people read the Kindle Unlimited books, even though it doesn't cost them to specifically read my title. I get paid per page turn. It's not a lot, but every dollar helps. And most of my money, like I said, I make a couple of $100 a month from Amazon, and the majority of that money comes from Kindle Unlimited reads. To my book Pinata, I think this month has sold about 27 physical copies. I've sold some privately, but it's been read over 140 times on Kindle Unlimited. So yeah, I mean, I don't have the luxury of not having Kindle Unlimited, and I certainly do not begrudge them from asking me to leave my books exclusively with them. Why would I want to change that? That's how that's working. So I just love people reading my books. If it's mainly through Amazon, I don't care. They provided it. I think it's funny, a lot of people, they're like, oh, this, you know, eBay's got the monopoly, Amazon's got the monopoly, blah, blah. Someone made it. They worked hard for it. Good on them. It's a bit of a, now, I will say thank you again to both Beck and Sam, because the money you guys gave me for my coffees is certainly getting this one as well. Thank you so very much. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, viewers literally give me super thanks and they go get yourself a coffee flip. And I do. I have my cold brew. So, yeah, I really enjoy Kindle Unlimited, and I think it is a great way like for someone like me, an independent author, yes, I've got 10 books out, but that doesn't really, it means a lot to me, but to the average reader who's never heard of Tori Favreau, you know, it's a chance for them to try my books basically without risk. It's funny that the shorter stories do way better. Okay, so we're over at tub. Let's see if there's anything else for here first. Tub 16 is on the ground. Tub 6. Okay, so the next one is we're getting out is a Matchbox car. And that's fairly easy. So, yes, I put my Matchbox cars in with everything else, or Hot Wheels, whatever. But they're then in this bag with Tub 6 written on it. And then from there's only like 25 cars in a bag. So normally I'd scatter them all out. Did I find it straight away? Yes, I did. Okay, so this is interesting. So this car, it's called the Cruise Bruiser. It's a flat grey, like it's called a mystery model. And I sold it for, look, I would have paid 20 cents for it maybe, sometimes less. I'm always keen to do big buys of Matchbox cars, and I'm also very aware, I just put that back in tub 9. Crisis averted. I'll grab the car out and I'll show you. So I did an episode showing you how to photograph these things. I then put them in the plastic bags to protect them. And there's your car. And it was $8, and it's going over to America. I love eBay. That amazes me. All the way over to America. An $8 car. It's really cool. When you really think about it, it's really cool. Okay, tub 30. That is the end of those tubs there. So that means we can move over. And as you can see, I'm just putting everything on there except for the Eagle Piggle. And that way I'll remember I've got a bag in the car I can load into. And then we'll pop away. It's just clothing and a plushie that I showed you guys. I showed you how to do a draft listing with it called a fuggler. Look them up. Look on my store if you want to see what a fuggler is. They're cool and they're creepy. Okay, so let's see here. We've got tubs 37 that we need to go into. Which is down the bottom over the other side. That one will be a pretty easy find, guys. Let's go grab it. And several of the items are now over this way, so that's a good thing. So much stuff. Like I said, I'm so nervous about like the move, because it's just me and Ali doing it. And I get that. A few of you guys even reached out and said, hey, can I help? And thank you so much for the offer. But yeah, it's on a Tuesday and a lot of you are still doing your own, you know, your regular full-time employment. So I do think in order to get a good balance of work and a good balance of our work done and not hurting ourselves, I suggested to Ali that depending, because I don't want, one, I would be so upset if she got hurt, but I said to her, let's just do this really slowly and do it over a couple of days. We'll just pay for both sites. Okay, so this is a character called Lanky Box. You may have heard of them. So it's a Lanky Box figure called Foxy, and it wasn't a great sale, but the comps weren't fantastic on it. I paid $1 or $2 for it, no more than that, and I sold it for $15 and $13 postage. So that's all right. It might fit into a 10, maybe. I think it will fit into a 10. So I'll be able to recoup some there, at least get my money back, you know what I mean, for the purchase, and feel like I've made a little bit of profit too. today I think is going to be, well, as chilled as I can make it, but still getting work done. It's one of those, you know, you try to do a little bit of everything, don't you? All right, so this next one is for a flannel shirt. I really like this shirt. I love flannels, flannelette shirts. The color on this is quite striking in my opinion. I'll bring this down hoping to be able to give you a better look. So the brand's called Salt of the Earth. And yeah, it's just that nice color. Once again, not a huge sale. I think I paid $3 or $4 for this, and it sold for $16 and postage. But, you know, I really appreciate the fact anyone who's buying from me, you're helping my family, and you're helping me do the YouTube channel too. Never forget that either. Like literally your purchases, not only you're getting something, but you're certainly helping me out more than you'll ever be aware of. Every dollar counts, guys, as you guys know, in this economy. And I'm never going to poo-poo even a small sale, because, as I say, every mistake you make is your fault. So I should have comped that better. I looked at the colors and thought that looks great, and I got it. I haven't had it for that long, but, you know, not enough to feel any remorse over the sale. Okay, so next thing is a clothing item as well. These are all right. Now, a lot of the stuff I'm getting clothes-wise, that's Salt of the Earth. I actually purchased it because I thought it looked cool. This one was a Gordon Smith ladies 3/4 pants, and I got it in a filler bag for $5, and it's sold for $23. So let's have a look. I'm pretty sure this is the one straight up the top, but we'll just double check that. Gordon Smith size 16, $23. Where are they going over to? They're going to Queensland. Karen, thank you for your purchase. Let's have a look here. I know the name. I think you're a viewer. I don't know why. I'm pretty confident that you're a viewer, and I really appreciate the business. Thank you. Only because your eBay usernames, I think, matches your YouTube name. And if I'm wrong, I'm talking to no one. The nice thing about these all is so far, they're going to be very easy to pack. I recently bought a heap of padded bags. Oh, okay, cool. So that's that one there. This was another one that was very interesting. I showed you guys, this was on a video. So I'll get it out. I'm pretty confident that it's still in, is it in that plush tub? I think it is. I am just guessing, and quite stupidly I've got everything on top of the plush tub. I'm going to get that bag out of the car. It's directly behind the camera. But once I do arrive, a little bit prepared, so we can send all this cool stuff off. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll be out. I hope to get more sales today, so that will mean I will be out here tomorrow, but without all the full-on pressure of having to pick a lot of items on the day I'm shipping. Now, all right, let's have a look here. Like I said, I was just guessing. I didn't read it right. That's not in there, Tori. You nincompoop. Nincompoop. It's not used enough. The other day in the Oppos, one of the ladies used the word Murgatroyd. Heavens to Murgatroyd. And that's not used enough anymore either. All right. Come on. Flippers. screwed up, which means I may have to search for this thing off camera. Soft toy. That was rather silly of me. Oh, wait. I'll show you what it looks like anyhow. It's going to Queensland. I think I paid $2 or $3 for it. Buyer's details aren't there, so I can show you. It's that guy there. He's cool. It's a cool toy. I just thought it was weird. I found it at a Savers, so I grabbed it up. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. I didn't put down what the tub number was, though. Make sure you do, guys. Put down your locations. If you've got, like, you know, at the moment I'm up to tub 55. Don't be like me. Okay. I'm stoked about that. So that was a really good sale. I was really shocked when they, when it actually came time to comp it. But anyhow, pretty cool. That was just in case I decided to do the thumbnail. You know, YouTube. All right. Yeah, so I do have a bit of listing to do. As do we all. But I don't know, I feel like today needs to be a chill day. We'll find out. We'll see what the day brings us. Tub 16 is just down here. And let's grab it. Tub 16. Move this one back in and out of the way. And the light keeps going. Okay, this is a DVD. I'm glad it's not a pie, but I still might have to dig a fair bit of stuff out. It's the Crudes kids show. I paid $1 for it. It comped so badly, it shocked me. I only got $7 for it. I've had it for ages, so in my opinion, this is in its own way. The sale is a win outside of just being a win. To just get it out of here. I am starting to low-key think, I've got some collector's plates in here. They're pretty, but they're like very much Australiana, and there's been no interest in them. And even when I lowered the price, still no interest. I'll show you. So they are cool, they're collector's plates, but in the same breath, it's like they were donated to an op shop, and I don't know why. Well, I do because they're idiots, but they were going to just throw it in the rubbish, and there were a lot of them. And I said, don't throw them out. And they said, well, we don't want them here. And I said, oh, well, I'll give you $5. And yeah, I've still got them ages later, so maybe I was the idiot. My Stone Cold Steve Austin lunchbox, I lowered the price on that. I'm keen for that to go, it takes a lot of room. But yeah, I feel like this afternoon I just want to get some stuff done and then not do much else for the rest of the afternoon. I had the most bizarre dream last night. I'm not going to bore you with it, but if you ever had dreams, like, it was, I'll tell you a bit of it, just to give you context, but it was like, it felt like the dream itself went for hours, and I know that that isn't how it works. It can sometimes be all over in a matter of seconds, but I dreamt that I was at a family gathering, but during the dream, in real life, my mum passed away last October. But the rest of the family's at this gathering, and there's stuff burning out the front. There's, and my mum's walking around, but she's dead. Like, I can't put it any other way. In the dream, I know she's dead, but she feels so. Like, I touch her, I give her a kiss on the cheek, and she says something to me. And to be perfectly honest, I can't remember. I dream, I don't know if you guys have lost someone really close. I dream about Mum a lot. And some of them, like, I do believe in this stuff. I have seen the supernatural. Maybe one day I'll do a ghost story for you, because I have seen so many. But starting with when my nana passed away. Yeah, that was awesome and scary, but awesome. Yeah, so Mum's walking around. I give her a kiss on the cheek. She says something to me, but it's just bizarre. A whole heap of other stuff happens, and then I go into town with my nephew and his mates in the dream, and we're going in this car. But there's like 9 of us trying to fit in the car, but we all think it's hilarious. And then he asks me, once we get into town, because I'm not going out with them, I was just going into town with them to hang out. And then he says to me, can you carry this stuff home for me? And I do, but I have to walk. And it's a long way. And I don't know why I can't get a lift home, but in the dream, I have to walk. I keep dropping, it's mainly money that he's given me to take home, because he didn't want to have it out at the nightclub. And I keep dropping it, and I'm going through a bad part of town, and it's loosely modelled on Geelong. And every time I go through this really sort of dingy alleyway where there's a lot of people, you know, on drugs or homeless or, you know, unfortunate circumstances. And every time I drop the money, everything in the alley goes quiet. And then I wake up. Weird. But yeah, it is one of those, just that dream, it went for so long. Like, I'm skipping a lot of details. It just kept going and going and going. And, you know, it's like, it was all in one shot. It wasn't just I went from one thing to the other. Like, at the house, which I think is meant to be my father's house, it's not. The house in the dream is not his house that he has in real life, but it is his house in the dream. And it's just bizarre. Just bizarre. He comes out, he's upset at me for something. People who are in my family who are upset with me in the dream aren't upset with me. It's just bizarro world. But it's like one of those things. I guess I'm always glad to see my mum however I can. This is a Ty Dolla Sign t-shirt. I'm surprised that hasn't gone. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I've had that one for a while too. I need to re-examine these things. I've had a few of you helping and going through stuff, and Flutterbuy's been having a look at some of my listings for me, which is very, very kind. And a couple of you other guys have as well. It's weird, it's sort of confronting, but it's good if, you know, people are helping out with your shop, because it does, sometimes it's like I'm doing my best, but I'm still learning. And I guess too, I have my fingers in a lot of pies, like the books, the YouTube, eBay, living life, health issues, blah, 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 blah. I was about to say, I'm going to laugh heartily if I'm talking so much I'm actually in the wrong tub. Because the movie I'm meant to have here is not here. I'm in the right tub, I'm pretty sure of it. And if I'm not, prepare to laugh at me. I really thought I'd struck it rich with that. I'd seen sold comps for $400 for it. Exactly the same lunchbox. Of course, I didn't get $400 with it. It's still sitting in my store. Heavily discounted. Alright guys, moment of truth. Am I looking in the wrong tub because I was too busy talking? It's happened before, and I promise you, it'll happen again. I'm still waiting for someone to pay me too. I'm getting sick of people just... Here we go, that's the third payment reminder. You know, for a $15 Peppa Pig DVD. Bloody ridiculous. I keep telling myself I need to do this. I need to do it. I need to set it up that if I don't get paid in 4 days, it just gets cancelled and relisted. Okay, I am looking in the right tub, but the movie is not there. I'm going to switch this off for a second. I am going to go back into that tub just in case I've talked my way too much. But I'll be back in a second, guys. A second view anyhow. Okay, so about 10 minutes in real time's gone past. I can't find it. I even looked through the iPad to see, but everything else was listed into tub 16 on that day. I may have picked it up and dropped it into the tub next to it. I haven't looked in there yet. I will have a quick peek in there to see if that's the case. That's a bummer. That really bums me out when that happens. Like I said, because it is my fault. Like, you can't go, oh, that's this fault or that fault. No, it's just my fault. And I'm nearly up to 3,000 items listed. And I mean, considering it's not too bad, but I've still got to do better. I've got to do better. That's on me. If I can't find it, I'm just going to have to say to the customer, I'm really sorry. I can't locate this. With your permission, can I cancel and make sure that you get a prompt refund? I do that so as then I can, in good faith, say, customer, you know, cancelled. And the customer doesn't think, well, he never asked me. I try to keep the customer in the conversation and an active part of the conversation. I'm going to quickly have a look in here just in case, but it's going to be highly unlikely. It's surprising. I really thought this would have sold by now too. This jersey, it's cool as heck. But that's the thing though, isn't it, guys? It just takes that one person who really wants the item, and then you ride as rain again. No, if I had misplaced it, it would have been pretty much at the start. There's another fuggler. Tell you what, sometimes I must admit, sometimes the fact that I leave all of this in, it does make me feel stupid. But I do believe that there isn't enough transparency with some of the reseller videos that we watch. And it's not like, oh, you know, look at this, look at that. I don't know. I think it is just as good to see people making mistakes and what they try to do to fix them. Because I know it's not easy. Trust me, I know it's not easy to fix the mistakes. But sometimes, and you know what? I bet you that some of the other resellers who do videos, I'm sure that if they can't find something, I'm sure that they do their best to find it. But I think, you know, they say a day in the life of a reseller, but they're never making any mistakes, and I'm just like, bloody hell. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you guys are all awesome because I watch you, but just show me some mistakes every now and then. Sometimes mistakes make the world go round. Sometimes I should check that I'm actually looking in the right tub. I am. This last one was just a bit of regular, just making room for myself, to be honest, because it was mine. I liked the graphics on it. It was a, is it down the bottom? No, maybe, no. I'll show you something too that I just, is that it? No. Goodness gracious. And I have seen this thing multiple times because it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's just a deck of tarot cards, but the picture on it was pretty. There it is. They were all based on tattoo designs, so I didn't clean up with this set at all. And in fact, I think I looked at it and didn't use it. I just basically wanted to find out more about it, just natural curiosity. I've used like the oracle cards and stuff like that. I found them fascinating. Alright, so this one here, chances are I would have actually lost on this because I think I paid more than 22 bucks. But to get rid of something that I was no longer wanting, $22 sale, guys. I think I paid 28 for it when I bought it. But like I said, the end user's gonna get a new product. Wasn't used. It's not sealed, but yeah, it wasn't used. Good on them. All right, so I'm gonna just very quickly, bear with me, I'm going to pop this out into the bag with the other stuff, and then I'll get the stuff that I need to allocate. We'll allocate it, and I'll show you. It's just the clothes from yesterday, but it just lets us keep talking for a bit longer. And you know, for some of you it's Monday. You need your reseller talkings. Yeah, oh, and my last 7 days at the moment stands at just under $1,200. I'm hoping I get a few more sales today, but if not, I know I've made enough to pay my bills, keep the roof over our head, but not to buy new shelving. I should start up a shelving fund. Okay, so this is where I need to be super careful, and this is where I do make mistakes. So I'm going to just put these out there, pack up this, there's a tub just there, and then we'll get the rest sorted. And I've got my notepad here, and that's all ready to go. Yeah, here's one that I was surprised hadn't sold yet. I'll show you in a second. The cycling shoes, I was surprised. They're beautiful, they're very old. They're called Look shoes. They're mountain biking, but bike shoes. They're quite expensive. But this thing, this beautiful little thing, this is a Build-A-Bear Pikachu. Hasn't sold. Part of me, if I had room, I'd just put all the plushies up around my workstation so it was nice and bright, but not right now. Okay, so that's those ones. That is all the picking part of the video done, guys. And a lot of the stuff that's coming up now, I've already spoken to you about. So unless you just want this playing on the background while you're doing things, it'll be me muttering about tub locations. But I'm still going to be here for a little bit. So if you want to hang out, hang out. I'll still keep talking as though you're listening. And if you're about to turn off, I can see you on the next video. Like I said, there's a lot of tubs. I think it's going to be one of those things. I think because there are so many tubs, each tub is not going to feel so bad. But I think if we don't take it easy, because yeah, it is just the two of us. If we don't take it easy, there's a very real chance that we will be quite sore the next day. And if we need to come out the next day, I don't want us to be quite sore. And also, as I said, guys, I've got to be careful. This part of the video may not be exciting because it is going to be a lot of putting things away. I'm going to place them all over here and do them one at a time because, yeah, this is where things can go bad very quickly. I must admit, I'd really hoped that my lowering the price on the computer magazines would have worked. It hasn't. None have sold. But you've really got to find the right buyer for them. I mean, yes, they'll make you money, but yes, they will take ages to sell. Or someone will come and buy the whole lot. But not in my case, not now. So we'll go T16 Fuggler. There's room for him, and there was that other fuggler in there too, so they can talk to each other late at night. Next, the SpongeBob shirt can go in tub 10. SpongeBob shirt, that's a cool shirt. I'm hoping that doesn't last long in the store. The Uniqlo one, it's freaking cool. There's a fuggler trying to escape out of this tub. Okay, there's enough room for another shirt or something there. Maybe even the jeans. Do I have the jeans here? Yes, I do. R.M. Williams, very old pants. In great condition though, that I picked up for $2. T10 R.M. Williams. I don't know. I mean, it's one of the rewarding things about reselling when you get that crazy batshit buy that you just know you're going to clean up on. It was like one of those for me was a JVC hi-fi system that I picked up for, oh God, you'll have to help me here. I think I picked it up for $10. I know that. I know I had all sorts of prices on it, and then I think eventually it sold for 400 and something. That was a good sale. All right, so this is the R.M. Williams polo shirt, and that can go tub 41. Tub 41. That's a nice shirt. That's another one of those ones I hope it gets swooped on pretty quickly. The Dickies shirt for all the punk rock kids. Tub 25, can I have that? Dickies tub 25. Bit of room in tub 25. Dickies. That's actually a bit more room than what I thought. That's good. New Balance top. I do have to get bags to put these things in. I was chatting to a couple of reseller friends, but they're resellers, Beck and Rye, and we were talking about clothing and stuff. And Beck, not only does she keep her clothing in bags, which is sensible, I've just been lazy, she also sends them out in a satchel, but in that bag. And I'm going to buy the bags. I need to go and buy the bags. They're just a bloody Coles large bag. But I don't know. I'm thinking, Beck, I am thinking that I'm not going to send them out in the second internal bag. I know the argument is that the satchel might tear. But in truth, I've never had it happen. There'll always be a first time. But yeah, I'm not going to do it. But I am going to use I'm going to get the bags and reuse them. I think the only thing there is that you've just got to make sure that you can clearly see what the hell it is. I went to buy a shirt folder yesterday, and of course they dropped in price and now they've sold out Australia wide. This is a Hurley shirt, Hurley Australia shirt. Will you fit in there? Tub 42, yes you will. Did you guys pick up one of the Kmart, the laundry folding boards? $7 they went for. Only a couple more items to go. I was excited for these Adidas shoes. I paid $8 for them, and there's comps over $100. I think I put $99 on these ones. I hope they go for that. They're in really, really good nick. I'd never heard of them before. Adidas Attack 02. But yeah, just a really good, solid pair of sneakers. And they can go in shoe tub 5. Shoe 5 Adidas. Yeah, the next couple of days are going to be interesting. I don't really have a lot of tub room left here, but I don't want to bring those extra tubs out just yet because one, they just get in the way. This area is full and they'll just cause me grief. But at home when I'm listing, I'm hitting the point that I don't have tubs to list into. But I don't want to buy more tubs, but I need more tubs. Like, how many tubs can I own? I do need new tubs. Look, I might buy 3 when I'm out. Because I don't want to stop working and use that as my excuse either. Because that's poor. That'd be poor form, lazy. Gotta keep listing what? Country Road shirt can go in tub 16, and then the lid, I'll write it down first. C Road shirt. Looks like I wrote C Road shit, but I didn't. Hey Joan, please don't moan. You'll get a song written by Flutter by Flipper, and it might be with the assistance of AI. Joni, don't cry, you just sound bitter. Thought that was funny. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back a couple of videos or look at my post. But just know that a song was sung, a triumphant song, a song of battle. Tub 47, tub 48 is chock-a-block. 43 is chock-a-block. .37 can handle a few shirts. So we will put Mambo, Gremlins in there. Two to go. Milwaukee and Metallica. They will fit in there. I will make them. Tub 28. Milwaukee. Metallica. Alright guys, that is everything put away. I'm stoked on that. We'll just get that lid and put it back on tub 37 because I knocked it off by mistake. Got to go home and try to be proactive, even though I've got a little bit of a dose of the can't be stuffed. You know what it's like. Move that up here so as I know where the heck it is. Actually, for now, I'm going to literally just put this. Move this. So as I don't forget stuff. I was asked the other day, in the comments, like, how do you, like about writing stories. And it was interesting. It was just, I want to be able to help people with that if they want to do it. And, but the interesting thing often is people want to do something, or more to the point, they like the idea of it. Sometimes it needs to move beyond liking the idea of it and actually making it happen. And that step is not easy, not by any stretch of the imagination. And yeah, they said, "Oh, how do you do it?" And I didn't, and now I can actually address the camera and say it. At the time, I didn't know how the text would come across, but I said, not to be a smart ass, but you have to come up with an idea. Every story is based on an idea. And it's about taking that idea and seeing where you can run with it. So, my basic advice would be, if you are looking to write a story, think about this. Could you sit down across the table from your friends if you're having a drink or just a cuppa or at a barbecue, and can you tell a story to them, like just in chat, that's fairly lengthy, but you can tell it to them from start to finish? And even if you have to stop to think about it, could you have that conversation? Doesn't matter how eloquent or how crude or whatever. Could you tell a story from start to finish, even if you need to pause a little bit to think about it? And if the answer is yes, then you're on your way to writing a book. My advice to anyone getting started is to take advantage of the technology in your phone and utilize the function. It's a game changer. Because then what you do is, even if you have to write a couple of notes on paper, you can literally dictate your first draft. So you could have the dictation going and say, and just talk as you would to a person. Like, you would not believe what I saw the other day when I saw across the road, this guy was running super fast. Seriously, he looked like he was on meth. He was running, he had a stereo under his arm. And I thought to myself, that's kind of odd because not many people use stereos anymore because everyone plays music streaming. Why didn't he run with a phone under his arm? Heaven's sake. And then around the corner, the cops, there were at least 5 or 6 of them. They were chasing him as well. And Cracky McMethapants ran off into the distance. And I was curious. I hopped in my car and I followed them. In fact, I was faster than the cops. The cops were behind me beeping. I don't know what at. But I kept on going and I was following Cracky McMethapants all the way till he got to his cave dwelling at the bottom of the stairs. Now, I almost want to know what happens to Cracky McMethapants and to the narrator and to those police. But we started to tell a story. Now that story does have an ending. What it is up to you. But there you go. If you can tell a story, dictate it. So open up Google Docs on your phone. And that's free. First to write bless you in the comments, we'll get a thumbs up. Open up Google Docs, simply hit the button as though you're going to type on your phone, Android or Apple. There'll be a dictation function. Start talking to your phone. Tell your phone the story, but in your mind's eye, have it that you're surrounded with your best friends. If you're having a beer or a little cheeky wine or even just a cup of coffee or a tea, imagine you're telling them an animated version of what you saw when Cracky McMethapants ran around the corner with the stereo under his arm. So that sort of thing is the basis for story writing. The other thing is, like I spoke about the other day, literally, if you write every idea down, you sit down, you have a thinking spell, just write down every idea. Some of them will stick, some of them won't, some will be useless, some will be gold. And so we go back, you write down those ideas, the next day you do the same thing, the next day you do the same thing. Scribble for 5 minutes ideas. And then maybe a week later, go back to the first page and go through those ideas again and see if one looks as though it is teasing you to make it a little bit longer. That is how Pinata ended up being a full book. I think my excuses may be coming to an end for me. It's either I go by the tubs or I have tubs filled at home with even more shoes. So for the next couple of days, I honestly could just sit down and amass shoe listings. But that wouldn't be a bad thing. I can then give those shoes the tub's tub numbers and they'd be ready to go. I hate to say it, I think that's what I've got to do. I can't bring more tubs out here just yet. We'll be bringing a whole heap out on Tuesday. So stop making excuses, Tor. Stop making excuses. Got to go get some lunch next. If I remember, I'll get some bags. get some shirt folders, or a shirt folder. I might have to get that online. Give me 2 seconds, I'm just going to chuck everything in here. Legends, we're packed. I've just got to take home my little clamp. I'm going to use that later. Flutterby sent that through. If you do want to send anything through, the details are at the end of every video. If you've watched this far, thank you. I hope I've kept you company on your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, however often or whenever you happen to be watching this. Big thank you as always to all the channel members. Yeah, I'm not down in the dumps, but the dream last night was a bit of a shocker. And I don't know, I feel a bit out of sorts about it, but I'm going to go get on with my day, watch some YouTube, which will inspire me to do some listings. I'll answer some of your comments. I'll get this video ready. Listings done. It's a busy life, but you know what? I'm glad that I'm sharing it with you guys. I hope that if you're in the channel, that you've had a great Sunday. Everyone else, I hope that you had a good weekend. All right, so I'm out of here. I've got shitloads of work to do and I'm putting it off. But I will stop at the op shop around the corner just in case, before there wasn't any parking. All right, guys. Yeah, I think I left my coffee back in there, so I'm going to go back in, but I'll see you guys later. Cheers.